Hey, David, you've been covering some of Trump's 2021 rallies. Do you think his 2021 rallies will be as effective as they were in 2016? So, a couple different things. The point of the 2021 Trump rallies is very different than 2016. In 2016, Trump was running for president. In 2020, Trump was running for president. The rallies were about vote for me. Sometimes begrudgingly, he would say, okay, maybe vote for some of these senatorial or congressional candidates that came out as well. But basically, it was vote for me. Right now, although we can imagine that the point of the Trump rally from last week or the one, whatever the next one's going to be, it's sort of to set up a 2024 run. Really, it's something else. It's one, to feed Trump's ego, which has been significantly damaged by being kicked out of the White House by Joe Biden. So it's an emotional thing for Donald Trump. Number two, it is setting up the grift of donating money to the PAC, or however they're organized, where Trump will decide who are the good Republicans, not the rhinos, worthy of my support, of your support. That's going to be a part of it. And then three, it will be to still be the decider, but less as a candidate and more as the person that will give what he considers to be a very valuable endorsement to 2022 candidates. And there's a couple differences also between now and 2016 in terms of Trump's perception. In 2016, Trump was basically sort of eccentric celebrity. And there were lots of people who just wanted to be in close contact with Trump. And that drove interest in Trump in 2015, 2016, and made the rallies maybe more powerful than they're going to be right now. There is more Trump fatigue at this point. And in addition to that, there are also more people who are kind of over the celebrity aspect of Trump. And listen, if you're at this point, if you're under 30, I would say, if you're under 26, you really see Trump more as that president guy who's no longer president than as a real estate mogul in the 80s in New York City. And there is some sense I have that, again, I go back to it because I think it's so dangerous. Ron DeSantis is a guy who could really challenge Trump, not just in an electoral sense if it came to it in 2024, but he has a lot of the same horrible authoritarian tendencies as Trump, but he's more competent and he's a better speaker. And this makes him, I believe, significantly more dangerous. The problem in some sense for Republicans is that for now, they're stuck with Trump as a leader, whether they want him or not, until someone else surfaces. So even though we can poll Republicans right now and 70% say they'd vote Trump again, 30% say they wouldn't. That 30% has not coalesced around anyone in particular. And if and until that happens, Trump's control of the Republican Party is his for the taking. He will never let go of power. He'll bring down the ship with him. And in a sense, he did, right? I mean, the Republican Party lost the House in 2018, the Senate in 2020, the White House in 2020 under Trump. Trump sees himself as great for the party. He talks about his endorsements are worth so much, et cetera. So Trump will destroy the party if it's up to him. Will someone remove him from that position of power? And in the end, the rallies are going to be more of a revenue generating activity and a way to placate Trump's broken ego than they are, at least in 2021, electorally significant for Donald Trump. That's my sense. If you see the modern Trump rally as something different, then let me know. We have a fantastic bonus show for you today. How do you get the bonus show? It's so easy. You just sign up at joinpakman.com. That is it. Sign up at joinpakman.com. Use the coupon code BETTER21 if you would like, and we will see you in mere seconds on today's bonus show. One of our sponsors today is Strategic Voters, a new podcast that features election experts, political campaign strategists, and everyday Americans who sit down and discuss the biggest issues in the U.S. political landscape. On the activism side, Strategic Voters as an organization aims to encourage people to vote with the benefit of the country as a whole in mind, instead of just voting one party down the ballot. If you want to hear some really different and interesting opinions and approaches to voting and viewing policies, give the Strategic Voters podcast a listen. The latest 2 episodes feature Rachel Cobb and Lana Atkinson as guests. I've been listening to it myself. I've been really enjoying it. It's very grassroots and independent, which I love. Find the Strategic Voters podcast on all major podcast platforms and make sure to follow them on Twitter @Strategic Voters.